All right, the Chiefs look like they're going to go down. I don't see Mahomes getting down the field in 22 seconds. No timeouts. I don't think they will. All right, let's start the post game show. Beginning with, as I like to begin with, the numbers for fantasy today. Put it up here. Get this started. Boy, BYU must have won that game in Utah. That Alex Smith out there on the company plane. All right, we're going to begin. All right, look at Jaguars. Going to beat the Raiders. And let's start with the Saints and the Rams. That game just ended. Mahomes still got 11 seconds. We'll start with this game right here, Saints and Rams. I could tell you Tyler Show had a touchdown and a pick for uh, 176 yards. All right, here we go. Here's business right here. Stafford having a phenomenal year now has 21 touchdowns on the season. A perfect day, 24-32, 75% completion, 281, 4 touchdowns, no picks. I get the feeling I know who I'm going to be rolling with the rest of the season in in my other leagues after what I saw today. I'm not that stupid. Kareem Williams, 25, 114, and a touchdown. He'll be playing for me the rest of the season. Receiving Nakua, 7 for 95, a touchdown. Devontae Adams, 5 for 60 and 2 touchdowns. The Rams continue to roll. Higbee, the tight end, a short touchdown catch. And the Rams 34-10. And this is the Ram team. I expect to see Buffalo is over for the night. The N.F.L is done. Uh, Jaden Daniels will play. As I got the Flyers and Flames on. Kansas City's off next week. And then they go to Denver. And we'll be there in 2 weeks for that one. This game is over. Let's do it. It's over. So we can do it now. Josh Allen. Um, 24 26, 88% completion, 273, a touchdown, no picks, 131.5. So 132 passer rating. Stafford had a 150 passer rating. Let's see. James Cook, 27 for 114. Shakir, 7 for 43. Kincaid had a monster day today. I'm trying to find Kincaid. Kincaid 6 for 101 and a touchdown. Buffalo is in Miami. That's like a home away from home for them. And the Chiefs, like I said, I'm gonna do Mahomes right now. They are off. We'll see them in 2 weeks in Denver. Mahomes 15 for 34, 44%, 250, a pick, 64% passer rating. On the ground, not much. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is back in the league. Kareem Hunt 11 for 49 and a touchdown. And Kansas City received Rice caught a touchdown, I believe. No, he ran for a touchdown. There you go. So that's that game. Next, um, ooh, we might as well do it. I'll do the Rams and the what you call it first. The Vikings big win on the road today. I could tell you this, JJ McCarthy, since we're going to do the Vikings, uh, I'll tell you right now. McCarthy, 87% passer rating. He's a rookie. 14 of 25, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Aaron Jones had 9 for 78. JJ ran a touchdown in. Addison, 2 for 48. Aaron Jones, TJ Hawkinson with a touchdown. Justin Jefferson with a touchdown. And for the sorry ass Lions, let me go over there to them. Golf, 25 37, 68% completion, 284, 2 touchdowns, no pick, 116 passer rating. And that, by the way, that's the Lions' second loss in the division, by the way. And they get Green Bay of Thanksgiving. I'm going to do the Bear. I'm going to save the Bear game for last because that was insane. And I did not look at 1 second of that game. I'm sorry I didn't. Montgomery, 11 for 40 for a touchdown. Gibbs, 9 for 25. Laporta had a big day, 6 for 97, a touch. Let me say good evening to the beautiful cynical one and Miss Melina in the chat. Nice to see Cynical One. Always good to see her. Good to see Miss Melina too this evening. There you go. Where we at? On the Lions. Jameson Williams, 4 for 66 in the touchdown. For Detroit. And like I said, Laporta had a big day. So Detroit drops to 9. Detroit drops to 5-3. Minnesota's 4-4. The only big winner in that division was the Bears, and we'll get to that. We're gonna save that for last. All right, Pittsburgh completely turned Daniel Jones into a pumpkin today, as they won very comfortably. Don't believe the score. Daniel Jones threw 50 times for one touchdown and three picks. This is the Daniel Jones we remember. But first, let's do the victorious Steelers. Rodgers, 25 of 35, 71% passing, 203 a touchdown, 100 quarterback rating. Warren, 16 for 31, two touchdowns. Pat Fairmouth, 3 for 27, a touchdown for the victorious Steelers. Daniel Jones, 31 of 50, 62% completion, 342, one touchdown, three picks, 70 QBR. Jonathan Taylor, 14 for 45. Uh, Josh Downs, 6 for 57. Pittman had 115 yards. Colts are off next week. We'll see them week 12 in Kansas City. 2 weeks they'll be off. Next week they go to Atlanta. And the Steelers, I believe, play the Browns next week. All right. Let's get to the Raider game. Raiders blew a lead. They lose to Jacksonville in overtime, 30-29. How the hell did that happen? Let's do the Jaguars. You know they're boring as shit in the toilet. Nothing for Trevor Lawrence. Just an interception. 79 quarterback rating. ETN, 22 for 84. Lawrence ran 2 touchdowns in, so if you have them, good for you. And Bashir Tootin had a touchdown, 9 for 29. So, receiving Parker Washington, 8 for 90. And Brian Thomas, 3 for 55. For the sorry-ass Raiders, let's get to them. Geno, 29 of 39, 284, completed 74% passes, 4 touchdowns for Geno. There you go. And 1 pick, 125 passer rating. Brock Bowers, Gentry had 42 yards. You talk about Bowers had 12 for 127 and 3 touchdowns. So there you go. Raiders are home for Denver Thursday night. I will be watching as much hockey as I can. Jaguars, I believe, is on their bye week. And let's get to some of the early games. All right. This game is a snore fest. I'll just do Bonix because Houston kicked 5 field goals. So for anyone doing this, it's a waste of time. R.J. Harvey completed the pass for 3 yards. Who cares? Knicks, here we go. 18 of 37, 49% passing, 173, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 72% passer rating. Harvey had 5 yards. That's why I would advise people not to pick him up. Dobbins had 61 yards. He had a big run to set up the game-winning field goal. Harvey, 5 for 51. Sutton, 1 for 30 and a touchdown. Harvey scored a touchdown. So Denver will get their bye, and then they'll have the showdown. No, I am wrong. Denver goes to the Raiders, and I don't know for Houston, but it's not looking for good for Houston. And Stroud hurt his head midway through the first half. So. Next, um, should I do Green Bay? Because I watched some of that game. It was a snore fest. I'll just say this: Jacob scored a touchdown, and Dowdle scored a touchdown. Dowdle for the Panthers. Let me just do his stats real quick so people can um, relax. Oh, how come my man you didn't talk about him? Shut up, okay? No one wants to hear from your sorry ass. All right, Bryce Young only threw for 100 yards, 102 yards. Just like I said about Green Bay, but their defense did play well today. It was the play calling. Okay, rookie Rico Dowdle, 25 for 130. That is the Panthers. Let me do the Packers real quick. Green Bay next Monday night hosts the Eagles. Love, 26 of 37, 70% completion, no touchdowns, a pick, 87 passer rating, 273. Jacobs, 17 for 87, a lucky touchdown. And receiving wise, it was Romeo Dobbs, 7 for 91, and Christian Watson, 2 for 58. Green Bay hosts Philly, and I believe the Panthers play Atlanta next week. Who else from the early games we didn't do? Now we'll do the Patriots. Who Atlanta's field goal kicker missed an extra point. You can't make it up. And the Patriots escaped 24-23. Drake May, 19 of 29, 259, 2 touchdowns, and a pick, 112.4 passer rating. Drake May, 8 for 20 on the ground. Henderson, 14 of 55 on the ground. Terrell Jennings, 11 for 35 and a touchdown. Demario Douglas, 4 for 100 yards receiving. 58-yard touchdown catch. Hunter Henry, 4 for 51. Diggs had a touchdown. And the beat goes on. For the Falcons, Penix, 22 of 37, 59% completion, 221, 3 touchdowns, 108.50 passer rating. Bijan, 12 for 46, receiving 8 for 50. Drake London had 3 touchdowns, and that's all you need to know. Atlanta plays the Colts in Berlin next Sunday. And the Patriots will be there. That's the CBS special. That'll be Nance, Romo, and Tracy Wolfson in Tampa against Baker and the Buccaneers. From there, will be up middle of the week. We'll be there next Sunday for Pats and Buccaneers. 49ers beat the Giants today. Mac Jones, 19 of 24, 79% completion, 2 touchdowns, 147 QB rating, 235 yards. McCaffrey, 28 for 106 yards, 1 touchdown. Brian Robinson got into the act, 5 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 5 for 67 and a touchdown. And Jawan Jennings, 4 for 41, a touchdown. For the sorry ass Giants, let me go here. Dart, 24 for 33, 73% completion, 191 for 2 touchdowns, 112 passer rating. Dart, 8 for 56 on the ground and a touchdown. And receiving, Slayton had 5 for 62. Gunnar Oslicki, 24-yard touchdown catch. And Theo Johnson, 15-yard touchdown catch. So that's the Niners and the Giants. How many more we got left? I did everybody except this one, which I saved for last. The wildest game of the year was the Bears and the Bengals, and the Bears end up winning on basically the last play of the game, 47-42. DJ Moore for a touchdown to Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, 20 of 34, 59% completion, 283 touchdowns coming to game winner, 123, 124 passer rating. Kyle Moneygal, 26 for 176 on the ground. DJ Moore ran for a touchdown. Britton Brown ran for a touchdown. Olamide Duchase, 6 for 58 and a touchdown. Monagai for 22 yards. Colston Loveland, 6 for 118, doing the big game winner, 2 touchdowns. And Caleb Course caught his touchdown for the victorious Bears. For the Bengals, let's see. Flacco, 31 of 47, 66 completion rating, 474 touchdowns and 2 picks. Oh my God. Noah Fant, 2 catches, 28 yards and a touchdown. T. Higgins, 7 for 121 and 2 touchdowns. And Andre Lovius, 5 for 66 and a touchdown. Chase had 6 for 111, but no touchdowns. So. And that is it for the NFL scoreboard tonight. Jaden Daniels will play tonight, so I'll have that game behind me. Ramos says he likes the uniforms. Let me say hello back to Cynical One. Good to see her. Okay. Ramos in the building. Good to see him. So, wild early day in the NFL. The late games. I guess the Raider game was good. Gino had a big day. Rams are the Rams. And so on and so on. Turn around and see what's happening in the Flyers Flame game. All right, still no score there in that one. So, just chilling up here for a little bit. Had a long night last night, and I'm glad that tonight it'll be a much quieter night. Okay, let me see what else is going on. Yeah, let me turn around into one in a hockey game. Let's see what the action is tonight in the NHL. You know, football. That game will start. Uh, damn, time flies fast. That game will start in about 20 minutes in Washington. Mm-hmm. There we go. Oh, yeah. Um, World Series last night. To recap that, I said this earlier today when I was on earlier. People kind of say it's the best World Series ever. How the hell did most of you know? None of you was watching it. Okay, none of you was watching it. Those type of people make me sick. But now I can talk about what I wanted to talk about today. But the games were so compelling. A lot of people here in the States feel that the Blue Jays gave it away. I can understand why that is said, you know, but at the end, it was the Dodgers who had to come back. It wasn't the Blue Jays. What I mean by that is the Jays You could say they had their chances. I know that people felt that the Jays gave it away. And like I said, you can look at it that way if you choose to. But I look at it more as of the the Dodgers took opportunity that was there for them. That's a good way of putting it. So if you're a Dodger fan, you was fortunate to win this championship. That's what it comes down to. As I'm dragging right now. Off tomorrow. Looking forward to that. I test is trolling. If you want the answer, I'm gonna do Daniel Jones first. He was Cinderella today, and the glass slipper didn't happen. As far as love goes, um, I'm gonna blame that on Matt LaFleur's play calling. Even Greg Olson said that during the telecast. Also, tip of a cap to Carolina. Now their program is moving in the right direction. I said a year ago, Dave Canales was the right coach for the team, and for them, it was they took the ball away from Green Bay. And look at their time possession today. That was that was again no excuses for Green Bay. I keep telling you, not the one who'll be talking to them about going to a Super Bowl. But I think they're going to have a problem moving forward with Matt LaFleur. That's what I see happening. Because his play calling today was hideous. I mean, Green Bay, again, don't get too excited. I told you guys that, Green Bay, Packer fan. You know, today Carolina played smart football. They just ran Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard, and it led them to a victory. What about the Packers? When the score is like today, who did they lose to this year? Cleveland, Carolina. The thing with Carolina is their program is on the right track. And now they go to 5-4, and they have 8 games left. If I'm them, I want an 8-8 season. You could sell that as hope to your fan base, and a lot of people there will buy into it. Big win on the road for them, going to Lambeau and beating LaFleur. Another bad game for old LaFleur. Game balls so far. today. The Steeler defense for sure. They showed up today. They brought Daniel Jones back to reality. The Bears and the Bengals deserve a game ball. That was football today. Yeah. So, all right, football night in America is going to start. Jaden Daniels will start tonight. I'm off tomorrow. I'll sleep all day tomorrow. First time in a while I can sleep all day. So, to me, the most impressive win of today for a team. Wow. Minnesota winning in Detroit. That's impressive. Minnesota winning in Detroit today was impressive. Uh, I am beat, folks. Whew. Your boy here is on fumes right now. Ooh. Huh. 8 o'clock Eastern. All right. Uh, I like the time change. Yeah, I do. I like the time change almost. I like it better when it goes back to regular time because that tells me that this baseball season's coming. Hockey playoffs are near. N.F.L draft is near. Free agency. So I'm a big fan of the time change. I am half asleep, folks. Oh man, is that falling out? I'll give you a few more minutes. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. And I'm just gonna just sit up here. Right, they're talking about Buffalo's win today. Cowboys and Cardinals tomorrow. I'll skip it. I'll be off tomorrow. Oh man, I am yawning like crazy up here. Let's see what's on right now. All right, a lot of trade talk around the league. Should be a fascinating day on Tuesday. So, okay, I am tired. So it's almost time for kickoff in that game. So, all right. I was really Nashville, and I found out I was 11 years old when the Dolphins lost a play 2000. Yep. Me and 305 be talking about it all the time. Well, let me get out of here, Vamos. You have a good night, people in the cloud. Thank you. I am going to bed. Good night from yours.